How can cardio not be in a video of the best way to get abs? Obviously, you should be doing cardio if your goal is to have a six-pack. Coach Greg and I just finished a bike race, which is probably the best way to get a six-pack for me, burn off over 1,200 calories in 80 minutes, but Jeff released a video saying how he thinks the best way to get your abs is. But hey, what do I know? Instead of me saying what to do, we're going to examine what does Jeff say we should do. He released a video, the best way to get a six-pack. My best tips. So we're going to go over Jeff's best tips, compare them to mine, and see. Is he making sense? Do I agree? Disagree? Who should you listen to and why?
The best way to get a six-pack is to make sure that you're eating right and also that you're training your abs.
And immediately, based on the intro, I'm disagreeing. You gotta eat right and train your abs. No mention of cardio. Eat right and train your abs. Well, that's a start, but is that truly the best way to get a six-pack? The video says the best way. Of course it can work. But is it truly the best way, or is there a better way? Of course there's a better way.
And unfortunately, there's no way around it. You do have to eat right, and you do have to train your abs.
100% disagree. To have a six-pack, you don't have to eat right, and you don't have to train your abs. You could quite literally eat wrong and not train your abs and have a six-pack. You could never lift a day in your life, starve yourself on candy bars, and have a six-pack. Your abs are visible when your body fat percentage is low enough to see through the skin enough to see the abs. Doesn't mean it's healthy, doesn't mean I recommend it, but you can in fact have abdominals without training a day in your life. You ever seen a skinny teenager playing video games all day, eating chips, not working out? Full six-pack. They don't eat a lot of calories, they're lean, and they have a full, visible six-pack.
It's really a body fat accumulation issue. And the best way to get rid of body fat is to be in a caloric deficit.
Well, technically, no, it's not the best way to get rid of body fat to be in a calorie deficit. It's the only way. You have to be in a calorie deficit to get a six-pack and burn off the fat from your abs. If you're in a calorie surplus, you are going to gain body fat. You have to be in a deficit to burn fat. Unless, of course, you're doing liposuction or sucking the fat out of you. But other than that, to lose body fat, you must be in a calorie deficit. It always boils down to calories in, calories out. So if you, in fact, aren't eating the best diet, you could, in fact, burn off those extra calories by doing cardio.
The training side matters too. And it's not just whether you're training your abs, because you could do something or you could do it right.
Okay, if you do want to train your abs, of which you don't have to, we're going to go over Jeff's smartest way to train your abs. I don't train my abs, and my abs arguably were my strongest body part as a young and natural bodybuilder. That's right, did 42 competitions natural. Judge for yourself. Did I have good abs? Did I train them every day for 7 minutes doing all kinds of fancy ab work? No, I would argue that I got better abs from doing swimming, bike riding, running, cardio. Think of it, swimming, rotating in the water, probably training my abs. Stabilization from lifting heavy weights, playing baseball, badminton, volleyball, constantly using your abdominals during cardio, of which he doesn't talk about in this video. No mention of cardio during a video. No mention of cardio in a video dedicated to the best way to get abs. How can cardio not be in a video of the best way to get abs? Obviously, you should be doing cardio if your goal is to have a six-pack. You can get one without it, sure. But is that actually the best way? Of course not.
Thinking that training through your other lifts is enough because of the ancillary work that the abs get is plenty of work for them is a big mistake.
And I 100% disagree. In fact, most of my coaching plans don't involve direct ab work. It's not that I'm against it, it's just that I don't think you need it. Sure, you can do it if you want. But if you're doing cardio, lifting heavy weights, you are in fact using your abdominals to strengthen your core and stabilize yourself for these movements.
Preventing rotation of the spine, again, controlling and preventing movement, but we know that the abs have a function in actually producing movement, so we need to train them as well.
And I'm quite literally watching Jeff Cavaliere going through exercise. All I can see is abdominals flexing. He's doing chin-ups with weights attached to him, and all you can see is his abs being flexed. So you're gonna debate me, really? You can clearly see your abs working during these exercises. So how are you not training them if they're flexing while you're doing the exercise?
We're only talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes long in terms of these ab workouts. I've got plenty of them up on our channel.
And let's assume that the abs are in fact a muscle because, well, the abs are in fact a muscle. Biceps is a muscle, triceps, delts, abs. And so why is it that the abs can be worked out in 5, 6, or 7 minutes when the chest, shoulders, quads, glutes, all those other muscles take longer? Is there something magically different about the abdominals that requires a 5 to 7 minute workout and the other muscles don't? Last I checked, the way muscles grow of the abs is the same as any other body part. You need water, energy, protein, and a stimulus for muscle growth to occur. So why is it so different for the abdominals than calves, quads, hamstrings, biceps, delts, lats, and so on?
Some people believe that all the ab work they need comes through the training that they're doing on their regular workout.
Yeah, like me, you're actually training your abs during your workout. And so why does the time matter so much? You can't do it at the end, so should you do it at the beginning or in the middle of your workout, the end of your workout? No, he doesn't suggest that. He suggests at a totally different time. Got to be done before bed, perhaps in the morning, in the afternoon, away from your training. So as if your 1 hour workout where you dedicate yourself to training, as if that's not enough, now you have to have 2 workout sessions. You got to go to the gym for an hour and then later or earlier in the day, do a separate ab workout. You know what's going to happen if you do that? You might commit to one of the two, but you ain't doing both. How many of you are so dedicated that you're doing 2-a-day workouts? Most of you are probably dedicated enough to get in that 1 hour workout, but are you gonna later on change and do some sit-ups on the floor before bed? Maybe, but I'm betting no. I've coached thousands of people, and I don't know if you just save the ad for later. Later often ain't gonna happen now, is it?
So fatigue becomes an issue. And whenever you try to contract a muscle in a fatigue state, you're never gonna get the type of contraction you're looking for.
If this was in fact true, you would be forced to train your biceps at a different day than your back. Your biceps are fatigued from doing your back, and therefore you wouldn't be able to get the quality contraction that you need to build your biceps. Same for triceps. Oh, you done bed press? Can't do triceps because your triceps are now fatigued.
So what I'm suggesting you do is take it and put it at a separate time during the day, preferably sometime before your workout or far enough removed from your workout that fatigue is no longer an issue.
Well, Jeff, if you're saying that that's what gets cut out because somebody's calling you up to finish your workout or you rest too long between sets, why don't you just do the abdominal exercises while you're resting between sets? To me, that would make more sense. If you do in fact want to train abs, which many people do, why not train it during your workout when you're resting between sets? You did a set of bicep curls, you're gonna rest for 3 minutes. Why not lay on the floor and do a set of crunches? Better than swiping left and right on your phone. So if you do in fact want to train your abs, why not train them between sets?
For me, it's about 10:30 p.m. at night.
So Jeff is saying he trains for an hour at night and then waits an hour and then trains his abs. Really? How many of you are going to take this advice and apply it to yourselves? You watch this video, you respect his knowledge, and you think, okay, I'm gonna do my 1 hour workout and then I'm going to wait an hour and then train abs when I get home. What percent of the million people that are probably gonna watch this video are actually gonna use this knowledge and apply it to themselves? And so what else does he say? He says, don't count any reps. So for some reason, the abdominals are completely different than any other muscle. Biceps, triceps, perhaps you're doing sets of 15, 20 reps, time under tension, counting, concentric, eccentric. The abs is totally different. You don't need any weight. You just need the quality of the contraction and you don't count reps. So perhaps you do 5 minutes straight of abs. Do you do 5 sets of, I don't know, I just go till I go? What exactly is this advice? How are we learning from this? Do your abs an hour or more after your workout and don't count your reps and just worry about the quality. Don't worry about actually lifting hard or progressive overload. Just worry about the quality.
Stop worrying about how fast you get them done. Stop worrying about how many you're doing. Focus on that quality, and I promise, guys, the results will show.
And I promise you, if you enter a bike race and race Coach Greg on a bike, you're gonna find out just how hard you're using your abs. You don't need to do all of this, but you should be doing cardio.
So you're doing your ab workouts at a separate time of the day. You're focusing on the quality. You're not counting anymore. But how long are you resting in between sets of the exercises that you're doing? Because that matters too.
Can't wait to find out if we need to rest between sets. Maybe it's totally different than all the other muscles. All the other muscles, studies show you should rest at least a minute, perhaps 2 or more, to maximize muscle hypertrophy. But what about for the abs? Is it an exception? Maybe abs are not actually a muscle.
So what you want to make sure you're doing is not resting very long in between sets. I remember an old-fashioned universal bodybuilding.
And so he's talking about some bodybuilding article he read years ago that said, don't rest so long between sets, that's the best way to grow muscle? Well, hopefully he's going to say that's 100% wrong. Is he?
Instead of resting in between sets like you normally would, 90 seconds or 2 minutes between traditional exercises, try to find a way to either not rest at all or to keep those rest periods to a minimum.
What? So he's agreeing with this article that he brings up as saying you shouldn't rest between sets. He just said 90 seconds, 2 minutes between sets, that's the way to do it. But he's saying limit how much rest you have between sets. Why? So that you can get your ab workout in 5, 6, 7 minutes because you're doing it an hour after you just finished working out and you want to watch TV or go have sexy time with the wife? Why does everything have to be some scientific new way to do anything? Stick to the basics. The basics are going to work. Eat healthy, eat in a calorie deficit, do cardio, and you're going to get some abs. Not saying you need to be shredded. Not saying you need to look like Jeff Cavaliere. Not saying you need single-digit body fat. The haters are going to come at me for sure. Coach Greg's promoting body dysmorphia, blah, blah. Of course you are. But I promote main gain, a healthy body fat percentage for you, and build muscle from there. Do you need to train abdominals like this to have abs? No, you don't need to do so at all. But the video is on the best way to get abs. The best way to develop your abs, it's to eat in a calorie deficit and do cardio. Eat healthy, you can train your abs if you want, but you don't need to train it like this.
But now what do? Do you just simply finish your workout and leave? No, because just like any other muscle, it would benefit to stretch that muscle.
And so he just said, hey, it's 5, maybe 8 minutes tops, but now you got to stretch the abs. So what was once a 5 to 8 minute workout is now dragging on to 10 minutes plus. Why can't you just train your abs and stretch in between sets during your workout? Does it not make more sense that while you're resting, swiping left and right on Tinder at the gym, that you can train your abs and stretch? Get it all done in an hour. While you're resting your biceps, your triceps, your adductors, abduct, whatever you're resting, you can train your abs. So people who I coach, when I do in fact get them to train abs, some want to, we oftentimes do circuit training. Maximizes your time in the gym and you don't have to do your abs an hour after your workout and then stretch when your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or circle friend wants to cuddle up and watch Coach Greg and chill.
Remember guys, your abs are muscles too, and as I say all the time, all muscles matter.
Well, why is it that he's going against all the science on how to train your muscles? If the abs are muscles too, shouldn't we train them the way we train our other muscles? Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Check out the bloops and this time watch the bottom one. That's the better one. Watch the bottom one. Also, harder than last time supplements, including turkesterone. Click the link in the description. The Circle Diet book, the cookbooks, the training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm, and until next time, I am out.